Remember that. We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro.
I'm JB Long with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. It took some time, but the wait is just about over. The Packers and the Jets are finalizing a trade that will send Aaron Rodgers to New York. The teams are swapping first-round picks in Thursday's draft. The Jets will also receive a fifth-round pick this year, while the Packers will get second- and sixth-round picks this year and a conditional second-rounder in 2024 that could become a first-rounder if Rodgers plays in 65% of the Jets snaps this season. Packers GM Brian Gutekunst said it was important to get this deal done before the draft.
Yeah, I think once we do get it squared away, that'll be a nice feeling because we'll kind of actually know exactly what we have for this particular draft, going into it at least until we start moving around a little bit. But moving forward with compensation in this year's draft was important to us.
NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reported the trade will be submitted to the league office in a day or two. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Hurry and shop the final days of SpringFest at Lowe's. Ready to get started on your spring planting? Right now, get select Bonnie 19.3-ounce vegetables and herbs, 3 for $12. Save on indoor updates, too, with up to 40% off select bathroom faucets and vanities. Shop Lowe's today, because Lowe's knows spring. Valid through 4/26. Bonnie offer available in-store only. Actual plant size varies. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last.
Well, happy Tuesday to you. It is the 25th day of April, 2023. I'm Carroll in the newsroom. It's Gene. And Gene with, Buffalo Bob Smith and the entire Peanut Gallery from a 1954 edition of the Howdy Doody Show.
Yeah, Buffalo Bob.
How did you fit everybody in there?
Togetherness.
Okay.
A very, very friendly group.
Yeah. Do you remember the Howdy Doody Show?
I do.
Okay, with Buffalo Bob Smith.
Bob, he would come out as well.
Yes, wearing the buckskins.
Yeah.
And Clarabelle the Clown?
Yeah, Clarabelle.
Okay.
And they would keep a straight face. That was really the amazing thing.
Yes. Well, again, they kept the straight face all the way to the bank, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they were having a good time.
Yes. My favorite, of course, was Princess Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring.
Yeah.
And Mr. Bluster.
Bluster, yeah.
Yeah.
Those were all names of the past.
Ah, yes. I remember them. And we thought they were so real.
Well, they were.
Yes.
As far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
We were just looking at everybody else and say, what's wrong with you? You don't understand this?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is good stuff.
Okay, well, let's check in with our once and occasional feature on AM 1230, Crime Watch. 20-year-old Jeremiah Sykes of Arizona is under arrest after police discovered him baptizing himself in the nude in a fountain at One Life Church in Mesa, Arizona. Sykes was charged with indecent exposure, criminal trespass, and resisting arrest. Ironically, Sykes now has to go back to the church for confession, right? So,
hurry.
You meet all kinds, don't you?
Yes. They say the old saying, it takes all kinds.
It does. Oh, today is World Penguin Day.
Well, I think I can walk like a penguin.
Yeah. Penguins look dumb on land, but are very fast in the water, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's hear it for the penguins. Always wearing that tuxedo.
Well, and they're very graceful as they look like they're hobnobbing with everybody else.
Yes. With a glass of champagne in the hand and caviar in the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're celebrating Penguin Day. How about some birthdays?
Okay,
let me find the big shot birthdays here. Actor Al Pacino is 83. Stu Cook of Creedence Clearwater Revival, actually Creedence Clearwater Revisited now, is 78.
there wasn't it yesterday that there was a birthday of the drummer?
Yes. Yeah. Doug Clifford.
Yeah.
And bass player, singer Bjorn Ulvaeus of ABBA is 78. Actor Talia Shire, 78. Actor Jeffrey DeMunn, 76. Actor Hank Azaria, 59. Actor Gina Torres, 54. Actor Renee Zellweger, 54. Actor Jason Lee is 53. Actor Emily Berge, 48. Actor Marguerite Moreau is 46. Actor Allison Snyder is 27. Actor Jaden Ray is 14. Local birthdays coming up.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Let's celebrate today's birthdays. Happy birthday, Raul Terriquez, Alexis Vega, Geneva Smith, Damara Whitman, Cheyenne Villanueva, Diane Dooling, Dave Hilfiger, Jorge Ruiz, Betty Jo McNeese, Maya McLean, Bernice Borola, Frank Irigoyen, Lily Avina, Marisol Nunez, Rose Vega, Alyssa Torres, Cesar Montoya, and Chris Hoff. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, and I wonder if Chris gets the day off, or if I think what they're going to do is just totally shut down NAFL Centro and celebrate Chris Hawes' birthday.
It's a national holiday, isn't it?
I think so.
At least in his mind it is.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's see. We're rapidly running out of April.
Rapidly running. We need another R there.
I think so. We'll make the alliterative reference.
Right.
Yeah, we're really rapidly running out of April. Okay. Before you know it, we'll be celebrating Cinco de Mayo, right?
Before you know it.
Yes. I think I'll celebrate Cinco de Mayo with corned beef and cabbage.
Could probably do that somewhere, somehow.
Okay. It's kind of like St. Patrick's Day.
It's right? Irish.
Everybody celebrates.
Yeah, in one way or the other.
And Cinco de Mayo, a much bigger holiday in the U.S. than it is in Mexico, I think.
Yeah. And that's a fact. I was surprised.
Yeah. Okay, anything to celebrate. Who needs a reason, right?
That's right. In fact, they have Who Needs a Reason to Celebrate. That's a new celebration.
You got it. Okay, are you ready for news?
We've got some news this morning.
We're going to jump in with a look at World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. We're looking triple digits by the weekend. 105 perhaps. Yeah, you better call Lock Air Conditioning today.
CBS News special report. A groundbreaking entertainer and activist is gone. His publicist says Harry Belafonte has died at his home in Manhattan. He smashed racial barriers in the 1950s with his music and movies.
You would never get away from me. I'd follow you down the rivers or across the sea. To hell or up to heaven.
Belafonte starred in Carmen Jones, An Island in the Sun, becoming the first black actor to achieve leading man status in Hollywood. Born in Harlem to West Indian immigrants, he joined Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in his quest for racial equality.
The patriotic citizen is commanded and demanded to raise his or her voice on issues that he thinks are to the best interests of the nation.
And while he was denounced as a pretender in Trinidad, RCA Victory promoted him as the king of Calypso. Harry Belafonte was 96. CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news: a 15-month-old girl hospitalized after being shot while in a car in Oakland's Little Saigon neighborhood. What led up to the shooting is still not clear. Marwan Farhan works at a store across the street and saw the response.
I feel very bad when I see that. You know, it's dangerous here in Oakland because we get a lot of problems in this area.
A girl being treated at UCSF Children's Hospital. It's been 3 months since 11 people were killed by a gunman at a dance studio in Monterey Park. Officials gathering there Monday to push legislation aimed at keeping guns out of the hands of those who aren't supposed to have them.
You know, study after study talks about the fact that the more guns that we have in our community, the more gun violence that we will have. It's really very simple.
The County DA George Gascon, 3 bills being proposed. One would remove guns from the possession of anyone convicted of a crime involving a firearm. Gas prices holding steady at $4.89 a gallon statewide, down 2 cents from last week. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for maintenance, for replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
It's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations to serve you at the Imperial Valley Mall, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at El Centro Motors.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Tuesday morning, an attempted bank robbery in El Centro. George Gale filed this story.
According to an El Centro Police Department press release, Judd Cole of Nyland walked into the Bank of America branch on Main Street in El Centro. He said he had a bomb. A bank employee was able to notify El Centro Police, and they were able to take the suspect into custody as he left the bank. During the investigation, it was determined that Cole did not have a bomb and no money was taken from the bank. Cole was booked into Imperial County Jail on charges including attempted robbery and criminal threats. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Invest in our planet. That is the theme for the upcoming celebration. The Imperial Irrigation District will be celebrating at the IID facility on Barione Boulevard in Imperial. It will be from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. It's a free event. It will feature food vendors, music, coloring contest, IID information booths, promotional items, and more. There will be a special appearance by Lineman Dippy. Parking will be available at the IID's employee parking lot on North K Street and East 10th Street.
Wait. Lineman Dippy?
That's what it said.
How can you climb a pole with web feet?
I was going to find somebody that I could pose that question
Well,
to.
let's ask Harold.
Yeah, it's an electrifying situation for sure. KXO News Time coming up to 7:43.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Imperial Valley Transit drivers are on strike. The Imperial Valley Transit, or IBT buses, are running on a very limited schedule. And the weekly meeting of the County Board of Supervisors is coming up. George Gale filed this story.
The County Board of Supervisors meet today. They will proclaim the week as National Crime Victims' Rights Week. They will proclaim the month of April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. They will recognize Mirna Dorame as Employee of the Month for March, and employee milestones will also be recognized. There will be a presentation on the opioid crisis in Imperial County. Public Works Director John Gay will discuss a couple of upcoming projects. The board will discuss increasing monthly vehicle rates for sustainability of fleet operations, maintenance, and replacement of vehicles. And the supervisors will consider a resolution to authorize public bidding for the Palo Verde water well replacement. This would be phase 2 of that project. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A double homicide in the city of Brawley. It was discovered on Friday evening. At just about 8 p.m. Friday, Brawley Fire responded to a medical emergency call at a residence in the 1000 block of Calle del Sol. The first responders were met with a tragic scene. A male and female victim, both suffering multiple stab wounds. Both were pronounced as deceased at the scene. Brawley police were notified and immediately initiated an investigation. The Brawley investigation team, a task force consisting of members of the Brawley Police Department, U.S. Border Patrol, and the California National Guard, took charge of the investigation. Through the intense investigation, they were able to identify a potential suspect with ties to the victims. Sunday, the suspect, 24-year-old Brandon Hamlin of Brawley, was apprehended and arrested for murder of the two victims. Hamlin was booked into Imperial County Sheriff's Office jail on 2 counts of murder, with bail set at $1 million. Investigators say they believe Hamlin acted alone and deliberately targeted the victims in a tragic, isolated investigation. The Brawley Police Department extends its gratitude to the Imperial County Sheriff's Office and their Science Investigation Unit for their invaluable assistance in processing evidence throughout the investigation. The identities of the victims was not released. Brawley police are urging anyone who has any information to contact Brawley police detectives. Well, a suspect is found dead in his cell. Here's more on that story.
It was reported late last week correctional officers were conducting their regular safety checks at the county jail. During the check, they found a 38-year-old male incarcerated person unresponsive. He was later identified as Marcus Williams. Correctional staff immediately attempted life-saving measures to the individual, along with the assistance of certified emergency medical personnel. Paramedics were immediately dispatched to the facility for further medical assistance. Despite their efforts, the man was pronounced dead at the scene. Williams was incarcerated for arson and trespassing. He was awaiting trial. Investigation was immediately initiated to determine the cause and manner of the death. The investigation is ongoing. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Stay with us for Page 2.
Page 1 of the local news is service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Page 2 of the local news next, along with the weather, served by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food, specializing in sushi rolls.
Continuing with more local news, the IID schedules public workshops there to discuss the Colorado River issues. The first will be held on April 21st at the Stockman's Club in Brawley, beginning at 3 p.m. The second workshop will be held April 26th at 10 a.m. in Hopeville's City Hall. And the final workshop will be held at Farm Credit Services in Imperial on April 27th. That will begin at 5 p.m. A webinar is scheduled for Thursday evening. Here's George Gale, and he'll explain.
The Anza Borrego Desert National History Association will hold the webinar. It will provide information on the importance of geothermal power and lithium extraction at the Salton Sea. Speaker will be Jim Turner, Chief Operations Officer of Controlled Thermal Resources. He will talk about how the extraction will work, the expected size of the projects, economic impacts, and skills needed in the workforce. The webinar is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on Thursday. Webinar is free, but pre-registration is required. For more information, to register, go to abnha.org/Salton-Sea. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingon. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at KSushiBarandGrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, a weather system passing to the northeast of the region will result in breezy to locally windy conditions today. Temperatures will remain above normal with highs in the low to mid 90s for the Imperial Valley and looking for the triple-digit range by the end of the week into the weekend. No precipitation is expected during the next several days. 93 the high yesterday, 63 the overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 94. South-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north-northwest. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 63. Northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast after midnight. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 95. North wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. 65 degrees, 83% relative humidity. Wind out of the east-southeast at 325 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, served by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials, the dinner menu featuring 16 different entrees. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
My name is Josephine Conway, and I'm an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially among those struggling to find their next meal. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Join the fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online today at www.ivfoodbank.org.
It's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball action. It went 10 innings, and the Athletics outlasted the Angels 11-10. Rockies rolled. They shut out the Guardians 6-0. Orioles tweaked the Red Sox 5-4. Rays ripped the Astros 8-3. Reds nipped the Rangers 7-6. Blue Jays beat the White Sox 5-2. Braves, they blanked the Marlins 11-0. Tigers topped the Brewers 4-2. Twins over the Yankees 6-1. It was the Diamondbacks edging the Royals 5-4, and the Giants blanked the Cardinals 4-0.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
NBA action. Overtime, the Lakers topped the Grizzlies 117-111. And the Heat got by the Bucks 119-114. Well, for the second time in 15 years, the Green Bay Packers are trading an aging icon to the New York Jets. Yeah, the Packers agreed Monday to deal quarterback Aaron Rodgers and their 2023 first-round pick and a 2023 fifth-round pick to the Jets for New York's 2023 first-round pick, a 2023 second-round pick, and a sixth-round pick as well. Good luck, Aaron, in the Big Apple. And the All England Club will pay for 2 rooms for Ukrainian tennis players and their teams during the grass court season, and will donate £1 British for each ticket sold at Wimbledon to relief efforts in Ukraine. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Invest in our planet. The Imperial Irrigation District's going to host an Earth Day celebration. That's happening Saturday, April 29th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. There's fun for the entire family. Music, information booths, promotional items, food vendors, and a whole lot more, including a special appearance by lineman Dippy. That's Saturday, 10 to 2 at 330 East Barione Avenue in Imperial. Invest in our planet.
And right now, let's take a look at financial news and a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property, also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. General Motors reported a much better than expected first quarter and said it will do even better than it expected for full year earnings. America's largest automaker reported adjusted earnings of $3.1 billion, or $2.21 a share. While that's up only slightly from what it earned a year earlier, it's much better than the forecast $1.73 a share that had been forecast by analysts. Revenue rose 11% compared to a year earlier to nearly $40 billion. It also said it now expects earnings between interest and taxes to go between $11 billion and $13 billion for the year. That's up $500 million from the range it gave 3 months ago. CEO Mary Barra said the improved guidance was because of performance of the business and the opportunities ahead of us. GM shares climbed about 3% in pre-market trading. Meanwhile, U.S. home prices rose slightly in February, snapping a 7-month streak of month-over-month declines. After seasonal adjustment, the national index posted a month-over-month increase of 0.2%. The national composite index now stands 4.9% below its June 2022 peak. Both the 10-city and 20-city composites posted month-over-month increases. Prices are still rising on a year-over-year basis, but the amount of that price growth has been getting smaller for the past several months. So what's happening on Wall Street? Red. Pretty much across the board. The Dow off 59 points at 33,816. The S&P 500 down 28 points at 4,109. The NASDAQ showing right now 11,932. That's off 105 points. Gold at $19.97 and 80 cents an ounce. That's down $2 an ounce. Oil down $1.98 a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 94. South-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming north-northwest. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 63. Look for winds out of the south-southeast about 5 miles an hour. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 95. North wind 5 to 15 with gusts up to 20 miles an hour. And by the weekend, we are looking for temperatures reaching in the 103 to 105 degree range. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil in El Centro. CBS News is coming up. We'll be back after that with more of the best oldies on the radio. When you have a chance, check out our website, kxoradio.com. You know, right now we're recording for YouTube. Yeah, our morning news on YouTube. You can subscribe. It's free. Check it out. The morning news on our YouTube channel.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
News on the hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. Singer, actor, and activist Harry Belafonte has died.
Hey, Matilda.
The word comes this morning from his publicist. Belafonte, who was 96, had a career that stretched from singing to speaking out on the top issues of the day.
His 1956 album Calypso sold 1 million copies. Meanwhile, Hollywood took notice of his good looks. Carmen Jones was his first major film.
Carol, don't get into trouble on account of me.
I never saw trouble look better.
After becoming a star, he was offered roles not usually given to blacks, but the actor still could not kiss a white woman on screen.
You can't change Hollywood. What you've got to do is change America.
That led Belafonte to become a social activist. Jim Genovese, CBS News.
In a White House video released this morning, President Biden said he's running for re-election.
Around the country, MAGA extremists are lining up to take on those bedrock freedoms, cutting Social Security that you paid for your entire life, while cutting taxes for the very wealthy, dictating what health care decisions women can make.
The formal announcement means money can now be raised directly for his campaign. Mr. Biden is 80 years old, and some polls have indicated voters are concerned about his age.
I don't think age will determine who wins the race, assuming Biden stays healthy. Certainly the Republicans will attempt to run against Biden on age, just as the Democrats attempted to run against Reagan on age back in 1984.
University of Virginia political scientist Larry Sabato. Jury selection today in New York to hear the case brought by advice columnist E. Jean Carroll. She claims Donald Trump raped her in a store dressing room in the mid-1990s and defamed her when she talked about it. He has denied the accusations. Business and entertainment attorney Trey Lovell.
We're talking about money here, and it could be a significant amount of money if she wins and he's found not only to have defamed her, but also to have committed the battery that's alleged. There's certainly a lot at stake.
The NAACP is suing Mississippi over newly signed legislation that expands state control over police and courts in Jackson, where 83% of residents are black. Albrecht Connor of the NAACP tells CBS News Radio.
The state legislature introduced a number of efforts which we see as a concerted attack on the residents of Jackson. All of the bills together really kind of demonstrate taking away resources from this majority Black state capital.
Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 75 points. The NASDAQ down 100. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Every piece of land has a story. Some right there's behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island brewery looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
As the end of the road approaches for his time on CBS, Late Late Show host James Corden took a karaoke drive with Adele.
I'm going to wake James out and drive him.
After surprising Corden at his home in L.A., the two hit the road for a final spin.
Very close to that car.
It's how I normally drive. I also got precious cargo I'm driving, and also I know that if I keep it in the edit.
Adele thanked Corden and his wife Julia for looking after her post-divorce. The gratitude was mutual.
It's blown my mind that you've done this for me.
You're one of my best friends in the whole world.
And you are mine.
I'm going to miss you.
I love you.
Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
With an 8-3 win over Houston last night, the Tampa Bay Rays set an MLB record with 14 straight home wins to begin the season. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Danger, excitement, mustaches. It's time for another episode
with Carroll Buckley, AM 1230 KXO.